What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Thursday, November 23rd, 2023, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 2:05 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and I hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. I'm wishing all of you guys a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you have an excellent holiday weekend. But we have some very serious news coming out today from Iraq. Apparently, there was a ground attack carried out by Iranian militants on a U.S. military base in Iraq. This is the Al Assad base, which has come under attack probably dozens of times already since the war in Gaza started. But this is the first ground attack. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a statement that was released by the Al Dafrin militia, and the statement says that they carried out a ground attack using small arms and RPGs against U.S. soldiers. Okay, if you don't believe me, you can take a screenshot and use Google Lens to translate this, but this is very, very serious, guys. Okay. And this is coming just 2 days after short-range ballistic missiles were used to attack a U.S. military base in, I think it was Syria or Iraq. Okay, so these Iranian militias are really stepping up their attacks. We're also hearing that the U.S. military base in the Conoco oil field in eastern Syria was attacked today. And also the Al Harir base in Erbil in northern Iraq was attacked as well with drones, okay? So this is very, very serious. And we have some concerning information coming out of Ireland. Apparently there was a terrorist attack in Dublin this morning. An Algerian man stabbed 3 children and 2 adults at an elementary school. And tonight in Ireland, there are protests and riots starting. Okay, so let me just play this video for you. This is right after the incident occurred. You can see all these Irish fire teams and EMTs. So 3 children, guys, and 2 adults stabbed at an elementary school. No word yet on any deaths or injuries, but apparently an Algerian man. And here we have some footage of these protests / riots that are now starting in Dublin after this attack. And I want to remind you guys that yesterday we had that potential terrorist attack at the bridge in Niagara Falls, where some guy drove a vehicle very, very fast towards the bridge just north of Niagara Falls. And I'll give you guys an update on that. The FBI is now saying that it was an accident, and so did the governor of New York. They're also saying in New York that it was an accident, which I think is just a cover up. Okay. I mean, how could this be an accident, guys? Use your common sense. Okay. Who the hell would drive 100 miles an hour straight into a border crossing in a major landmark in the U.S.? Okay. Niagara Falls is a major U.S. landmark. And why would some person on the eve of Thanksgiving, which is the busiest travel day of the year, one of the busiest travel days of the year, besides, Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, one of the busiest travel days of the year, suddenly, oh yeah, I'm going to just drive this car, 100 miles an hour straight into the bridge. I mean, very unusual. And then when you look at the footage, the big fireball, cars don't explode like that. Okay, I showed multiple angles. There was a huge plume of smoke coming out. Okay, that doesn't happen when a car catches on fire. Okay. So let me just show you guys this video here coming out of Dublin tonight.
People are marching through now. They're angry. They're angry. People are angry. People are angry here. Very angry. They're barking across the guards. People are very angry.
So, absolutely crazy situation, guys. Global jihad has already been declared. When this war started, global jihad was already declared a month ago. Now, this is the official statement that was put out by the FBI office in Buffalo, New York. They said that the FBI Buffalo has concluded our investigation at the scene of the Rainbow Bridge incident. A search of the scene revealed no explosive materials and no terrorism nexus was identified. The matter has been turned over to the Niagara Falls Police Department as a traffic investigation. Yeah, right. Unbelievable. And what's interesting is we had a nuclear war command and control plane flying over Niagara Falls when this whole thing was going down. Okay. This was at the same time as this incident was under investigation. They had an E6 Mercury looping over. So if it was just a traffic accident, why do you send an E6 nuclear war command and control plane to fly over? Why do you get the Joint Terrorism Task Force involved? Why do you notify the president? Why do you notify the Prime Minister of Canada? Okay, because of an accident. I mean, come on, guys, use your common sense. And it was flying all over the East Coast when this thing happened. It flew up to Buffalo, then it went down to Warner Robins, and then it flew around northern Florida. And when that whole situation went down, we had 3 nuclear war command and control planes in the air. Okay, yesterday evening, 3, which is a lot. Okay, and there was also a Cobra Ball that was moved from Anchorage, Alaska to Offutt Air Base. The Cobra Ball is just a special plane used to detect ballistic missile launches. And then there was also a Combat Sentinel plane flying over the Rocky Mountains at the same time as the nuclear war command and control plane was flying over Buffalo. And then the 2 other ones were in the air. So we had a total of 3 nuclear war command and control planes in the air at the same time as that situation at Niagara Falls, and the Combat Sentinel plane, which is a special reconnaissance plane that gives information directly to the president. And then they also moved the Cobra Ball to Offutt Air Base. Okay, so you don't do that for a traffic accident. All right. And the office of the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, confirmed receipt of a preliminary list of hostages that are going to be released by Hamas during the hostage deal, which is going to be a truce that's going to last the next 4 days. And apparently, the initial batch of people that are going to be released are 13 women and children. This was confirmed by Qatar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now, Qatar is one of the countries that brokered this 4-day truce, which already went into effect earlier this morning. A spokesman for Hamas's military wing is calling for an escalation of confrontation with Israel on all fronts of the resistance. Okay, so even despite this humanitarian truce, Hamas is calling for an escalation with Israel on all fronts. And this update was sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Guys, they have brought back their 25% discount on their 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the discount, you have to use the link preparewith.nyprepper.com. And the link is in the description below this video. And this 3-month emergency food supply has a 25-year shelf life, and it's all contained within 6 rugged, watertight buckets. So it doesn't take up a lot of space. Pretty much anyone can find the space in their home to fit 6 buckets, and it'll cover you for 3 months. And it's a variety of food, lunches, breakfasts, dinners, drinks, snacks, free shipping included, 25% off their normal price. Use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get the discount. They also have a 2-week emergency food supply, which is excellent for outdoorsmen or people who go vehicle camping. You don't have to worry about rotating anything. You don't have to worry about your preps going bad. Just store this stuff in a temperature stable location, not too cold, not too hot, stable throughout the year, and it will last 25 years. This is an excellent gift idea for the prepper in your life. The 2-week food supply is an excellent gift idea for the outdoorsman in your life. They also have a general store. If you click the My Patriot Supply logo at the top of the page when you get to preparewithnyprepper.com, it'll take you to their general store where they have everything you can imagine, from potassium iodide to water filters, solar generators, solar panels, survival seeds, fire starters, anything you can imagine, it's all there. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get 25% off of the My Patriot Supply 3-month freeze-dried food supply. And the link is in the description below this video. And Hamas is apparently refusing the Israeli insistence on the International Red Cross being able to visit the remaining hostages once the first batch of women and children are released. So Hamas is not allowing the International Red Cross to visit the remaining hostages to see how they're doing and whatnot. Okay. So, there's a lot of stupid people out there that think that Hamas is the victim here and Hamas is righteous and they're fighting, against this colonialism. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are keeping hundreds of women and children hostage. Okay. You don't hold hostages if you're righteous. Egyptian President Al Sisi said that any displacement of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip to Egypt is a red line for us. And this is being reported by Al Jazeera. And he said that multiple times, that they're not going to accept Palestinians into Egypt, that's a red line. They've already moved tanks to the border of Israel and the Gaza Strip. And apparently there's been a massive attack by Hezbollah on northern Israel today. Apparently 48 Katyusha rockets were fired at the Ain Zaitim military base in northern Israel. And apparently today, 22 attacks have been carried out by Hezbollah on Israel. So Hezbollah is ramping up their attacks tremendously. And Israeli warplanes launched a series of airstrikes on villages in the western part of southern Lebanon. And a Merkava battle tank of the Israeli army was attacked by an anti-tank guided missiles by Hezbollah. And apparently 2 buildings were also hit at the Al-Manara military base in northern Israel. And an Israeli military site in the Metula settlement near Lebanon was targeted with a guided missile. Apparently 4 Israeli soldiers were killed. This is coming from Israeli sources. Lebanese media claimed that the Israeli airstrike that was carried out killed 6 Hezbollah members, including the son of the leader of the organization's parliamentary bloc. And some of the attacks that were carried out in northern Israel today by Hezbollah include the Dahira base, the Jal Alam base, the Berkat Risha site, the Sasa colony, the Monk, the Ain Zatim base, the Kerbit Mar site, the Al Manara, Tal Shar, Haraj Ramim, and the vicinity of the Marj site. And so a total of 22 Israeli military sites were targeted today by Hezbollah. Okay, so things are really escalating. An IDF spokesman confirmed that an Israeli Air Force F-35 intercepted a cruise missile that was launched by the Houthis into Israel recently. And this morning, the USS Thomas Hudner shot down multiple drones that were launched from Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. And the drones were shot down while the warship was on patrol in the Red Sea. The ship and crew sustained no damage or injury. And here you have the official tweet from U.S. Central Command. So things are really ramping up, guys, okay? And we have a situation in New York City today developing. Apparently, some pro-Palestinian protesters were blocking the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade in New York City. Here we have a video of some of these pro-Palestinian protesters that were standing in one of the bleachers, and the security came and escorted them out. So good job by security, doing the right thing here, doing their job. Here they are getting escorted out. Very professional work by these security guards. And here we have a video showing these pro-Palestinian protesters blocking the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. And you can see the New York City police coming and breaking it up. So, pretty crazy situation there. We have the Yemen army spokesperson releasing a statement saying that the missile force of the Yemen armed forces launched a batch of winged missiles at various military targets in Israel. And the British Foreign Secretary David Cameron, who used to be the Prime Minister, arrived in Israel and visited the Kibbutz Bari, which is pretty interesting. And the Iranian Foreign Minister just left Beirut, Lebanon, after a meeting with Hezbollah leaders. Okay, the Iranian Foreign Minister just met with leaders of Hezbollah. And we have reports coming out that Ruhi Mushtaha, widely regarded as the top deputy to Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, has been killed in an airstrike on his underground hiding place in Gaza City, along with many other leaders in an airstrike last week. So Israel is targeting the leaders of Hezbollah. Netanyahu has apparently ordered Mossad to take action against Hamas leaders anywhere around the world, wherever they are. And the office of the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, reported that there was a delay in the implementation of the hostage deal with Hamas, and that the release of the first hostages will actually take place this Friday, tomorrow at the earliest. The Yemen military sent a warning to Saudi Arabia, saying that the Saudis must be well aware of the danger of opening their airspace to the Israeli Air Force to carry out airstrikes on the Houthis, and they must avoid that. So that's the latest information that I have, guys. I will be back later on this evening with more updates. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell icon so you get notified when I post these alerts. And I hope you guys enjoy your turkey. And other than that, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.